meet you today. This is Sung Park, who is architect and urbanist in Lausanne, Switzerland. And today I would like to present my research entitled Representative Packet Group Formation and Group Parameter. Normally I'm interested in city transformation. And today I'm focusing on the group scale. So basically there are much more different scales, but today I think about the group scale. So there are three hypotheses. The packet group formation is relatively or intimately related to the history and culture of cities. And the transformation of dynamic group dynamics can be observed and analyzed by some simple geometric figures like line, triangle, and square or circle. I can call those geometric shapes as invariants. And third, the view can be a very interesting parameter to define our profiles in these days with group transformation. So you can understand the structure of this paper. So I explain first the heritage concept and entities. They can start make a group with three properties like foreground, proximity, and geometric shapes. And we can start define those kind of group formation. And then after we can understand more about the group formation, we look for group like a scroll. And this figure can be appeared with condition of resource, limits, and proximity. And after, the shape can be modified also by the condition of view. So, morphological transformation on time axis and some representative geometrical figures. For example, 1,900 and after 15 years and 30 more, and now is 2,000 years. Just I expected the construction entities with time axis, and we can make a point with the position of these entities like these shapes, and then we can start to make a group by considering three properties like such as same program and with similar proximity, and also with similar geometric shapes of buildings. And we can make those kind of more simple representation, and it can be expressed by this type of geometries. Let's try to understand some geometric forms in history. For example, straight line is very short, the shortest way to get a more efficient distribution system. So, for example, equality, there are repetition of architectural objects, and then the people can get into the houses from the line type of distributions. The same cases, but in primitive type or in Mongol area, or sometimes in South Korea also. But the cultural aspect is very different from the other in case of Seoul because they won't get more sunshine from the south parts. So this Bad Pines apartments was based on the cultural heritage of Korean people. In case of triangle, with 3 points, with entities constructions, they can make a private territories, very stable one, and then also they can make very intimate relationships. So it's a kind of a very strong relationships with stable places of their own. Or sometimes with repetition of triangle positions, they can make more visibility to another resource like the lake. Or in Baroque city, between the singular movements, they can make strong relationships and control other systems. In the sphere type, we can see some different types of characters inside. Sorry. For example, in a code, there is a single element, the color can make control or this inner space or rooms, or sometimes the scale means the private areas protection and also control or visibility from the exterior persons. Or in colonized Latin cities, for example, to get the taxes in easy way, the government try to make this type of structures in grand scale. Or in circle, for example, with center point, each space not exactly divided, but if those spaces are controlled by the center point, or sometimes the public place of each component, or for protection and control of fluid, it makes the system of distribution concentrate by the central public places. So now, by observing the cities, we could define 4 different types of laws of growth. For example, completeness in this case, or extension and densification, and also a kind of dissociation. They can make bigger ones or the extended form, sometimes with a line type or the surface with triangular surfaces, or also some grand surface filling by the inside. Those are a kind of ubiquitous way in several cities, but in context of the society, they will modify their form, but in the same principles. And it explains a kind of group dynamics, but firstly we can think about what is the resource or limits or proximity. So even we can distinguish these different types of geometries, but around them we have to recognize there will be some important resources or within the limits or that within a distance. So those are very usual universal type of extension of group dynamics, but every time in every year there are different types of contexts. So we have to think about what happens not just inside of the system, but outside of this system altogether. today I would like to explain more about the view parameters. For example, view can be characterized more about the visibility and security and density questions. And the visibility in modern society could be the very resource for the heritage group transformation. So, for example, in Switzerland, there are several lakes, and today the people want to live near the lakes. Before they, for example, people 1,900 years, for example, every churches or religion facility was very strong, very important. So people want to see the symbolic things, heritage buildings. But nowadays, the people are seeking the natural resources to live with more sensibility. So we can see the distinguished densification near the lakes, and particularly near the lemon lakes, we can see the depth of densification near the ocean cities or other cities as well. So it's not difficult to say nowadays the view parameter could be very important resource for define the route transformation or city transformation. There are three types of dynamics. For example, firstly, we can see the circular type with the center point, dynamic string. For example, in the center, in mid-range city, for example, the capital was one central point, and the people start to construct the entities around this symbol. And they really want to get relationships, particularly with the visual capacity. So, principally, we can explain this phenomenon with notion of perpendicularity to get more direct relationship with symbolic ones and personal entities. Or, for example, in German region, the Mattheon could be a symbolic one, but before the people are starting to construct the buildings with line types for making safety zone, not together another resource. The protection was most important, but after developing of tourism, the people start making the houses or hotels on the slopes. Why? Because they want to see directly the Matterhorn. So the per value of these days, here, the view capacity is the first parameter we can consider. Or sometimes near the lakes, in some small towns, is very distinct portion of time utilization. But same case to get more good view, but on the steep slope, anyway, we don't need to get a triangular position. So more optimal form can be based on the square types with distribution system. So lastly, I would like to show some examples of problem mentioned. For example, for the detection of groups, the laboratory UTA, EPFL, we started to develop a detection program. The first one, this one is based on Gestalt theory. So with visible capacity, with this niche, how can we make a group? But after with properties or some conditions, we can automate the detection of group, and after we can simplify the groups. Or with visibility, for example, here this is without visibility and this one is with visibility. So the result can be different with this parameter. By making or to find the best position, we start to think about which parameter can be important. By considering this parameter, we can find better position to make some buildings in some colors. Or this explained from one point, which zone will be visible from here. So the color of zone and color of yellow can explain the visible area from here. So this is both are some different types of simulation. And this is the real morphogenetic trial for auto-organization programmation. So this is a given actual situation, and the urbanists start to think about where we can find the position for the state group. And all elements can be agents, and they calculate best position, and the one building starts make the position here by calculate the degree of satisfaction. And then after second one, third one, they can start to make a group, and then another group can be appeared. Those are not architect or urbanist designate. Here I want to make some buildings. Just the environment can decide where I put another building. So those are just the trial version, not profound things, but we can start to think about nowadays how can we think about our architecture and city with some kind of method with simulation. Thank you very much. Just one thing those are based on the living system, not just the artificial ones. So we can think about the city can be also a kind of organism, not just the artificial ones. They have a capacity to make a relationship by themselves, not the people. I understand we normally the people can decide I want to do that, but sometimes we can understand the city as organic system. The